It is the 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time stop hunt, and we're buying the stops. We put our limits right here. I built a $5,000 demo, and I put in really big tickets because I just don't have the time or patience for this, all these shenanigans that the market is up, down, up, down. So I put a half Ks in here. I got 1Ks at the top. I got the 25K. I got a 10K. So these are the, got them on the favorites list so I can put the 10Ks at the bottom, say. So you can organize which scripts you can run. Because you got to be organized a little bit. Of course, these last all day. So the reason why they count as getting punished is because I literally put buy limits down here last night because I knew, I mean, I don't know how I figured it out, but I knew that that was the top over here. So if I scrunch out one level, you look at the structure here, it's a completely different view every time you zoom in. And I also got another broker here that's running pure ATR. This is a 10 pip grid. So I can estimate that when I see a bar that's roughly, this is a 20 pip 4-hour ATR breakout system. So what is it about ATR? You pick the ATR that you want to trade based on your stop. In other words, if you have a 50 pip stop, it allows you to swing trade and do all this crazy stuff. If your strategy employs that you're going to trade a breakout, like you just traded a breakout here, this thing just got triggered. It's just a bar by bar breakout. So none of this Bollinger Band shit. There's a guy out there doing a video with all the colors, right? It's got squeeze, MACD, you name it, right? So we don't want to smooth any data out. I'm just looking at the raw facts of volatility. So when the ATR looks like this, basically, it's not like you can run a breakout strategy here, right? Sell stop, buy stop. Kind of risky, right? That means that you're looking for a move that's more than that. But what if you put a buy stop here and a sell stop here? You're looking for a move that's at least that much or bigger. So if you had a buy stop here and a sell stop here, you're long right now by default. And if this 4 hours goes by and is very quiet, you just put a buy stop here and you get protection here. So you're risking about 12 pips now. When you put this trade on buy stop here with protection here, you're risking a lot more pips and you only made this many pips. So the potential for an explosion, right? The true range, when I say ATR, I don't want people to misconceive 14 ATR or even 3. I'm talking one true range of the last known session. It's all that fucking matters. All that matters in the market is it going somewhere or has it already gone somewhere? I mean, is it done moving? Is it paused? If it's paused, there's a strategy for that. Okay, so it's not always moving. It's hard to believe. If you're on the wrong side of the market, it seems like it's always going against you, but it does pause. There's a chance to either put on a hedge, lock in a hedge, or do something, go out and get a beer. So it's not an all or nothing thing either, and that's what a lot of indicators are designed around, is all or nothing thinking. Right? It's overbought, it's oversold. It's not like it's kind of overbought. It's overbought, it's oversold. So binary. This all or nothing thinking is what's destroying most people's trading, because they can't think of probabilities. They have to think in certainties. And why the fuck would they have an indicator if it wasn't going to make it more certain to them? Right? But you'll see that the indicators are lagging. So you got to get in before, without confirmation, before the setup on structure, right? Because you got to get structure trades are there pending all day long. Then you have your, okay, look at, it's not going anywhere. It went sideways. Holy shit. We're at the bottom of the range. It's really quiet. It's going sideways. Well, what could possibly happen, right? What could possibly go wrong with the fact that the market is dead in the water? Like, this is about killing an animal, and you come up on it and the motherfucker's still alive, right? This is a old classic in a movie. Think the guy's dead, come up on him, still fucking alive, grabs your fucking ankle, now he drags you in the car, fucking molests you with a unlubricated instrument. So that shit's happening, right? And that's when people get, oh, they stopped me out. Yeah. or you know, they put their trailing stop in. They're scooching it up on the vacuum that's forming underneath. So as the volatility dies down, robots naturally tighten up their stops. So that's what causes a big move. It's not the fact that the bankers stepped in. It's just that, hey, you know what? Market went sideways. People are like, oh, I'm getting out, right? Maybe the people are getting out. Plus, there's robots or people coming in. Don't forget, all robots are designed by people. So it's not like this robot conspiracy. And so the the orders get filled and they become market orders just by default. So the default moves. And so that's the thing, right? Now, what time frame are you trading? Certainly, if you're going to trade the half-hour chart, you're looking at true range breakouts of like 5 and 8 and 7 pips. You can put a stop in of like 8 pips and make 12 pips when the market's quiet, but you cannot do that trade when the market's on fire. And here comes the news, and here comes a spike of 150 pips in one direction. Boom. That's untradeable. It's untradeable with a 12 pip stop. I mean, you might make your 8 pips, but seriously, so you're at the mercy of the volatility of the market. And so people are used to trade plans where they say, well, I run a 5 pip stop and stuff like this. They're fucked. Scalpers cannot participate in, they're going to sit there and look for a setup that when the market gets dead in the water. And they get in really fat and they just, okay, here, boom, I'm out. Or they get in really fat with a limit that has a predetermined stop and a predetermined take profit, and that is a scalp that they don't touch. People think of scalping as I'm sitting with my finger on the trigger, but you could have a scalp bank that's sitting out there. You have a limit order that's super deep, that's designed as a scalp because it's a very tight stop. So, but you want to be there. See, it depends on your personality now. Some people have to be there to see it happen, or they don't believe it. They don't trust the move, or they want confirmation. They want all these things the market can't give them. And so the one certainty you do have is that if you know you have a 10 pip stop and you know you placed your order, now, granted, it's no fun to watch them come near your stop, right? If you've ever been stopped out of a big winning trade, you'll probably end up wanting to widen your stops. So now you'd widen your stop, but then you'd have to reduce the size, right? So once you cross over from scalper to swing trader, right? And the swing trader can watch the chart and say, oh, I'm in a monster position right now, right? And I can see that I'm expecting the 6:30 a.m. stop hunt, right? Right at 6:30 a.m. here. I guess you got to get out of drawing mode before you go dragging shit here. So at this time of day, right at the bottom of the hour, this is when you'll see a baby auction go on. So is this a new move? Is this going to keep crushing down? Well, you're already short by default here on your stop bot. If you consider the breakout, they went short here and they have a stop here. They're looking for one more smash down. So we got to take out this. We got to get through this. And so if I buy at the 100-yard line, if I buy all the way into this like structure limit thing, I'm taking that risk. And this breakout here is off of this, but see, there was a less risky breakout down here on this time frame here, right? That is the less risky breakout. Let's zoom into this thing here. Okay, so they're coming below the round number, so we have all these limits in here, and hopefully I got the sizing right. I just randomly threw orders in there. Since this is a demo, I'm not going to get too excited about that. Okay, let's see if I can delete these. Okay, so right there, we're buying here on the structure, right? Put all our orders right here. I don't even know this. I'm not even looking at the take profit there. I'm just trying to grab different ones. Okay, now we're going to put buy stops above. If we go to the trailing above this this walk down here, so we'll put orders in here. So I'll put 25K to make 12 pips, 6 pips stop here. So real deep here. And then here's the kind of swing trade is 25K with a 2020 stop. I didn't really do the math. I'm just throwing orders in here. Start with 5 grand. I've been up 100, down 100. Okay, so this guy's winning. Where's his target, though? Maybe it's down here. Certainly, here's his first target. He's going to get out at 100, right? So that's the first target. And another 25 pips, maybe. It's 10 here, another 5 pips down. So trying to gauge the drop net. Now this is the stop hunt on the that's the 15-minute chart, and this is that auction that you get this time of day. Like this is the big rally last night. Then you go sideways. Now look at the if you have the time to babysit the chart, and you pay attention to bar by bar ATR, true range per bar, trailing sell stops, okay, triggers, robot sell, right? Buy stops, right? This is a triangle. Here's a breakout. Okay, a little bit of winning, a little bit of winning. Like, but see, as soon as they hit the treetops, the ride's over, right? So right now we have trailing buy stops coming in here. The limit traders have bought here, right? Pivot, the structure people. They bought the 6:30 a.m. stop hunt. And this is a classic. At this time of day, there's a classic session rollover. You go from Europe to U.S., and people are getting their fills as the pivot. Then, sell stop there was triggered, right? The ATR bot got in here. Probably the best trade it had, right? It's bar by bar. Right? Buy stops are stacking up. Trapped, right? Trapped. So if you just block off, right? Think of Bollinger Bands, but think of that. Set everything to 0. Fuck smoothing this shit out. My God, people. 200-day moving averages? What universe on the fucking planet is anybody taking a trade off a 200 period move? Well, it's getting all overall. What? The overall are you fucking kidding? Seriously, come on, people. Look at this small ATR breakout. Buy stops, sell stops. Okay? This is like a 5 pip bar or some shit, right? 15-minute chart. Boom. Come in here, buy. Okay. Then you have the closing. Here's a double bottom in time. Yeah, that's a double bottom, a 45-minute double bottom. It's a little baby Gartley. Right? So you can put any kind of crazy ideas on this market you want of like impose your own vision, but this is a classic, right? Nothing happened, not to mention this big range, right? Correlates to this range. So I'm doing arbitrage here with these two brokers set on the yen. Okay, so I'm up $4 here. Look at that, killing it. I'm long from down here. My take profit's up here, so it's $4. Take profit here, 3 ticket. This is a 3-banger limit grid drop. Good trade, right? Not a lot of money though. Not a good sizing. I'm up $4, so I might stand to make $20 here today. Hold $20. Okay, so here, we come and walking back up. Well, I'm going to put buy stops on.